Sports presentation of the Nasdaq Amex Halftime Report is sponsored by the Nasdaq Amex Market Group, the market of markets.
Welcome back, everybody. Jim Nance, New York studios, and the Nasdaq Amex Halftime Report. Among our doubleheader games, the Raiders and Denver, and the undefeated Broncos. Can they keep it going? For a report on the AFC West rivals and their game today, the men calling the action, Greg Gumbel and Phil Simms.
All right, Jim, thank you. On a clear, sunny day here in Denver, we welcome you to Mile High Stadium, everyone. Greg Gumbel, Phil Simms. Later today, the Raiders taking on the Denver Broncos, and the Broncos will get John Elway back today. He's basically missed the last 2 weeks with a rib cartilage injury. He won't have wide receiver Ed McCaffrey, the AFC's leading receiver. He's out with a hamstring problem, but he does have a guy named Terrell Davis.
Wow, quarterback's best friend, a great running back, and that's what Terrell Davis is. To have any chance of beating the Denver Broncos, you must stop the running game in Terrell Davis. Here's what the Oakland Raiders must do today. They must have tremendous discipline, contain Terrell Davis, form a line across the defense, give him nowhere to go, and most of all, don't chase him when he goes away from you, because what happens, he comes back to you on the cutbacks. You've got to stop the cutbacks. The Oakland Raiders do have a chance to stop you today, because I think their front seven is one of the best in the National Football League.
Well, all the talk in Denver is surrounding a perfect season for the Broncos. Last night, as Mike Shanahan addressed his team, here's what he had to say in trying to motivate his Broncos.
We've got a standard on offense, defense, and special teams. One of the reasons why we're 10-0 is you guys have been working your ends off to make it happen. It doesn't matter. I don't care if it's early, I don't care if it's late, I don't care if we're ahead, we're behind. When we're playing one way and it's full out, we do that, good things are going to happen.
So later today, Mike Shanahan and the Broncos will be casting away for win number 11 in a row. Jim?
Yes, indeed, and the Raiders will go fishing for the big upset today. They are 7-3 on the year, the Raiders. What will it take for them to make the playoffs this year, Brent?
Jim, it's going to be closer than most people think. They're going to have to go 10-6. Let's see. Against the Broncos today, I think I'll give them a loss. I'm going way out on a limb. So look at their schedule. We'll give them a loss today against the Broncos. Washington at home, that'll be a win. So we got one. Marcus says they're going to lose versus Miami. So they've got to win 2 out of the last 3. We'll give them a W. Kansas City will lay down, Marcus. You know that. So they're going to have to win one of those 2 games on the road, either at Buffalo or at San Diego. The good news is with Eric Allen out, they're susceptible in the secondary, but none of these teams other than Denver have a great passing offense.
So just win 3, baby.
There you
right?
go. Al couldn't say it any better.
All right. The NFL and CBS will continue in just a moment.
CBS Sports presentation of the Nasdaq Amex Halftime Report is sponsored by the Nasdaq Amex Market Group, the market.
All right, welcome back. Scoreboard time here on the Nasdaq Amex Halftime Report. Seattle trailing after the last-second field goal in the first half by the Cowboys. Seahawks 0-3 this year when they trail at halftime.
Right, Dallas got off to a fast start, and then all of a sudden they stopped playing aggressively. You give Warren Moon some time, he's going to burn you. Long touchdown pass to Joey Galloway, and that gave Seahawks some momentum and a big play by Sam Adams, and they're back in the game, Jim.
Yeah, and Aikman's completed passes to 10 different players in that first half. Elsewhere in the NFL today, big game, AFC Central. Jags offense has been shut down to only 83 yards in the first half, and the defense for Bill Cowher came up big here.
They've been in Mark Brunell's face all day. You see, he doesn't see the cornerback Dwayne Washington breaking on the ball because of that blitz. Dwayne Washington, it's all gravy from here on out.
Back-to-back plays, the Jacksonville offense turned it over, and Brunell's thrown for only 56 yards. Remember, they lead the league in takeaways, but today they're giving away, and 13-0 Steelers at the half. Redskins and Cardinals. Cardinals raced in front 31-0, just annihilating Washington behind Plummer's big first half. Eagles and Giants showing why they have the 2 most hapless offenses in the NFL, ranked 29th and 30th, in just a field goal in the first half for the Giants. Colts and Bills, Flutie, 4-1 as a starter. He's thrown for 161 yards and 2 touchdowns in the first half.
Well, no, I understand how that turkey feels, and I think Peyton Manning might right now, too. It looks like this ball just totally gets away from him, or he's trying to throw the ball out of bounds. Here, Ken Irvin gets the ball, takes it down to the 1-yard line, but then sets up a Flutie touchdown pass.
Yep, that was Flutie's first touchdown, a little 1-yard toss to Sam Gash. And then he got another one right here, George.
Well, and here's a poor angle at the receiver by the cornerback, and then a poor angle by the safety in trying to tackle Andre Reed. Here's a man, the safety here, trying to knock the ball out of Reed's hand. Reed gets in the end zone, touchdown.
Manning, 57 yards passing, picked off twice. And Brett Favre has been picked off once and lost a fumble. And Cunningham again, showing the Packers who is the best team right now in the NFC Central. At least it looks that way. Lions and Bucks. Lions haven't won a road game this year, but leading down at Tampa Bay behind Batch's 2 touchdown tosses. And the Bears have held Jamal Anderson to only 12 yards rushing in the first half on 9 carries. And the Bears lead now as they move into the third quarter down in Atlanta. Thanks for watching the Nasdaq Amex halftime report. Let's show you one more time what Sam Adams had on tap. The defensive touchdown, the 6th of the year by the Seahawks defense.
CBS Sports presentation of the Nasdaq Amex halftime report is sponsored by the Nasdaq Amex Market Group, the market of markets.
The address is CBS. Welcome home.